Hello everybody, welcome to the Sunday morning of Tomcat goodness. I told you guys yesterday when I was going to wake up after being a little lazy this morning. I was going to separate this rudder mold, sit there and pull that rudder out just to see how it came out. So here I am making the video for you guys. You can see the giant vacuum bags off the table. I went ahead and pulled those molds out of that. So now it's time to start stripping this rudder mold apart. We got a bunch of 1/4-20 bolts and wing nuts holding this thing together, but I'm planning on replacing the wing nuts with some, I think they're called captive nuts on one side to just make life easier, where I don't have to constantly hold the wing nuts and stuff to take it apart. It'll just be like once I have a threaded insert on it. For these small parts, it's not too bad, but when you get into like that fuselage, it takes a good 15-20 minutes to mold it all together. So I know Bob made a comment about interested to see how these things come out weight-wise. I think we all are. Since this is just a prototype, I'm concerned about the weight, but I'm not trying to make it the lightest I can get it. That'll come with the future airframes that come out of it. And again, that's why I'm doing a lot of these smaller parts first, so I can kind of learn the core material to see exactly what I can and can't get it to do. This core material is basically the same stuff that Skygate and Composite RF and a lot of other companies out of Germany use. So this stuff, can used correctly, can make an extremely light airplane. I think Tomahawk has a 1/4 scale BA Hawk that weighs, I think it's like 50 pounds, and it's a huge airplane. So I mean, while this stuff is fairly heavy when you look at a big block of it, the stuff that I use for this I think weighs about 2 pounds per cubic foot when you use it in moderation, because of its strength properties. It's extremely light. Like the material I use in this rudder is less than 1 millimeter thick, but it's like knocking on concrete when it's cured with resin and the glass layers on either side of it. So it might be heavy, but again, you use it in very thin, small amounts, and it works out to be light. Even the thicker stuff that I use on the horizontal stabs, which is way too thick for those. The stabs are heavy, but again, there's very little glass in there, so it's an extremely strong horizontal stabilizer. But those will go through a third revision till we'll get the weight down, and they should be I'll say probably like around ½ a pound a piece, so about a pound per horizontal stab, which when you consider the size of it, it's a pretty big stab, and I'd rather weigh a couple ounces more and have significantly more strength than it be extremely light and right on the verge of failing. Especially with how some people like to overpower their airframes. You gotta build in that little bit of a fudge factor for just those situations and whatever else might come up. Because you never know what Mother Nature might have in store for you one day. Alright, let's see if we can get this thing popped apart. Again, this mold's had free coat applied to it as a mold release. This is the first part out of this mold ever, other than the plug. So it's, and you can see how easy that was. I mean, it just pops right out. This free coat stuff is amazing. We'll twist in here, there. And of course, my air compressor took a crap on me the other day, so I don't have that anymore to well, I'm gonna pause the video for a bit while I mess around with this thing. I'll be back when I get it loose. Alright, now I'm back. Had a little bit of a leverage in there and pop right loose, as you can see. So there's the first rudder. It's pretty dang strong, considering all the prying I had to do on it. So as far as weights go, see what this thing is. It's honestly, it's pretty dang light from in my hands. 2.5 ounces. So about what I was thinking it would come in as. So you can see, well, I was trying to show you guys the detail. You can see kind of the waviness from the litho plate. The hardest thing to see is, well, you're not going to see it, it's just not quite there. But anyway, there's little rivets all along the panel on here for the leading edge. So anyway, there's the first rudder. Yay! Another part to put on the stack of stuff. I'll put some more mold release on that, prime it this afternoon, and possibly lay up the second rudder today as well, since I've got all the parts cut out for that already. Clean up my little mess here. We'll start stripping down some vertical stab molds. Zoom you guys in a bit. Pull the bleeder fabric and this perforated plastic. Started using this because it makes removing the bleeder a lot easier. A whole lot easier. This one's going to give them a little bit of trouble down here at the root. I can tell already. the pill pod down here got kind of folded over on itself. So there's a couple of different layers, and because it folded over on itself, the epoxy kind of got between it and kind of infused it a little bit together. So I'm having to peel little strips of it off here and there. Alright, there's the first one. Again, this is the part of the left vertical pin. I'm just kind of bring it up here and I'll show you guys. You can see here's the mold, and there's the actual laminate and everything. I mean, it's not very thick, but it's strong. That rudder is pretty hefty. Light but hefty. Hefty as in strong. Well, instead of boring you guys with me just stripping stuff out of here, I'm gonna shut down the video camera here in a moment. And I guess the next videos you guys will see of me will be when I get ready to start putting structure inside this thing. I gotta order some carbon rods and tubes. So it'll probably be a week or so. I might start working on making templates for all the fiberglass layers and everything for the wing panels and the flaps sometime this week. Again, I'm gonna finish stripping this stuff down and kind of draw out where I want my structure to go, and go attack a groundhog that keeps getting into my wife's garden that I now look at my back porch. And yeah, hopefully prep some molds for the fuselage this afternoon as well. So until the next video, all y'all guys and gals have a good week at work, or 2 or 3, or however long it takes for me to get back in here. So until next time, we'll see you in the shop.